going on, guys? I'm Dakota and welcome back to Flatline Detonation. Today we're going to be trying to put the trans in the car. If you guys are just tuning in, putting an LS and LM4 with a TR6060 into my 74 Datsun 260Z. Last time I got the engine situated in here. Definitely going to have to move it back. Still got a bunch of adjustment on these dirty dingo mounts to slide it back about 4 inches, 3 inches, which is good. I want to be as close to the firewall as possible because I need to be able to get the shifter into the car. That's going to be something custom. Gonna have to work off of these two brackets here. Somebody in the forum has already done it. I'll throw a picture up right here, kind of what he did, and I'm gonna try to replicate something like that. I did get some goodies off of eBay. Let's throw those on there. The best OEM low hood clearance intake you can really get. I got a LS6, the flat bottom intake. Ooh, man, that looks good in there. Should have plenty of hood clearance. The engine's actually tilted back right now because it's literally just being held up with the engine mounts. But I know the hood will for sure clear with this intake, which is good. Truck intake, I believe it's too tall. Honestly, it's kind of ugly. It is a really good intake if you want to do it on the cheap. Keep the truck intake, but I like this one. I got it off eBay for $375, shipped to my door, so pretty good deal. Came with throttle body, injectors, pretty much everything I need. Hopefully they're all good, but we'll find out. Let's get to yanking this thing back out, bolting that bad boy up, and seeing what we got to cut. That is a pretty easy process to pull this thing out of there. I know I've got to grind out the engine mounts for the old L26 transmission. Need quite a bit of clearance in this tunnel. Tunnel's pretty small, so I'm going to take those two. I'm going to grind those two mounts out of there, make some room, and I probably need to remove the drive shaft too. I got some random bolts to bolt this trans to the engine. I also picked up a new pilot bearing, but I'm not going to install that just for the sake of test fitting because it'll make fitting this trans to the engine so much easier. I'm not going to worry about the clutch either, obviously, because that would just complicate things. So let's get to fitting these two things up. Kind of hot out here today, but not too bad. Always kind of hard to do this stuff by yourself, but the jack and the lift made it easy. Got a couple bolts just thrown in there to get it up in the air and slide it in. Now I gotta go grind all those mounts off. Man, this is a tight squeeze. Safety first. Alright, so I crudely and primitively chopped all these mounts out of there. I'm not sure if I have to grind this actual reinforcement piece out of there or not, but we'll find out in a second. Here goes nothing. That's a lot of extra space. Slid these mounts all the way back, and we're almost touching the firewall. Hop inside here. The auto shifter can go forever. We won't need that ever again. Let's look at some things here. So if we look down in there, transmission fits nice, except for right there is where it would need to attach to the shifter. So options are, I could slide everything forward and I could cut this out, mount this in there. It looks like right about there is where it would need to bolt into the transmission. So to get it to sit into the factory center console, which obviously I want, I would have to move it probably exactly where I had it before I moved it back. Kind of torn on that. Ideally, I want the engine as far back as possible, like a mid-engine type deal, just to get the weight distribution really good. If I have to move it forward, I guess I could, but I might try making my own shifter, and that would solve the problem, move it back further, and keep everything happy. Because with all this extra room, it leaves the opportunity for future upgrades. Not sure if I want to turbo it. That'd be a lot of fun. These engines are known to make 500 plus on stock block, so we'll decide that later. Hopping underneath the car, plenty of ground clearance. The lowest thing is that truck pan, which obviously I need to replace. I need to order the poly pan or an F-body pan. Everything else underneath here looks really good. Transmission cross member, probably have to build something right across here, reinforce it, weld it to the floor. I want to use as much factory mounts and hardware as I can, so I'll try to go that route. Try to give you guys a little better glimpse of the bottom side here. You can see the shifter hole up there, light coming through. You can see how far back that rod actually is. But otherwise, everything else clears pretty good. Just gonna have to clean up where I cut those mounts off. I think that clearance should be fine. I don't think it's gonna be moving around that much. It's honestly gotta come over to this way a little bit anyway. But it looks pretty good. Running exhaust under this car is gonna be interesting. Probably gonna have to use flat tubing. Cannot get this drive shaft out to save my life either, so gotta zip tie it up so I can push the car around. That is a wrap on this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Messing around a little bit with this stuff. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably, I don't know, set it up so I can turbo it eventually, but definitely gonna move the engine as far back as possible, and that way I can either run headers through the back easily and avoid this steering rod and have plenty of room up front. But I'll decide that in the future. You guys can comment what you want me to do. I'm probably gonna do what I want anyway, but thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.